Hi everyone, this is Yana Smakula. Thanks for joining me today. I love to use lace-like backgrounds for my cards because they always add beautiful and effortless elegance to my projects. So when I saw the new Bohemian Lace background from Simon Says Stamp from their Sending Sunshine release, I immediately had lots of ideas flowing in my head. I'm sharing a few of those ideas today. I decided I wanted to try doing some tone-on-tone stamping and also some white heat embossing to make beautiful backgrounds for my cards. If you are a subscriber of my YouTube channel and if you have been following my videos lately, you might notice a pattern. I'm doing a lot of monochromatic tone-on-tone stamping and simple heat embossing these days, and I just cannot help it. I love the look, I love the simplicity, and I adore the end results. Here I am stamping the new Bohemian Lace background using my stamp platform onto Simon's Sunshine cardstock, and I'm so happy I have this tool, the stamp platform, to help me stamp large background stamps. This tool or the large MISTI are super helpful if you struggle with getting good results with your background stamps. These tools are a game changer. Before I had this tool, I mostly stayed away from the background stamps as I could never get that perfect impression. Anyhow, let's go back to the stamping. I'm covering this with Detail Clear embossing powder by Simon Says Stamp to intensify the look. The watermark stamping looks a little bit too faint for my taste on this yellow cardstock, so I decided to heat emboss it in clear. And that's the beauty of stamping with Versamark ink or any other watermark ink. Even if you do not plan to do heat embossing and just want to do simple tone-on-tone stamping, you can always do heat emboss if you change your mind because the ink is still sticky. I'm going to stamp a few more backgrounds. I just pulled several colors of cardstock from my stash to make several cards. I didn't want to make just one card. If I have all of the tools and supplies out, I might as well make a bunch of projects. It doesn't take much more time, but I do end up having lots more cards to send to family and friends. So I always try to make more. I stamped this one onto light blue cardstock, and I believe this is sea glass cardstock, also by Simon Says Stamp. Next, I switched to a much darker blue. This is soft navy. And here I am once again stamping this image, but will heat emboss it in Detail white embossing powder. And you can see I have the anti-static powder that I applied onto my cardstock prior to heat embossing to make sure that my heat embossing is going to stay nice and clean. Now, the possibilities and creative options are huge here. You can use whatever color of cardstock you like and either do tone-on-tone stamping or heat embossing in different colors of embossing powder for a unique look. To me, these background stamps are just timeless. There's so much that you can do with them, and I just feel like they never go out of style, you know? This background in particular can be used for a variety of occasions too, including birthday, wedding, miss you, and so much more. So here's a look at my finished backgrounds. I also already stamped one on craft cardstock, and I already turned it into a card. That one I think is my favorite. I just love the look of white on craft, and especially here since this background does resemble lace. I was in need of thank you cards, so I turned all of these backgrounds into quick and pretty much identical thank yous. I used a stamp from the Big Thanks Words clear stamp set by Simon, and I heat embossed it in white onto a coordinating color of cardstock, so onto yellow and onto sea glass. I did not have any blue cardstock left, so for that one I stamped it in dull pink onto white, but it doesn't look quite as pretty when heat embossed in white. Next, I used a coordinating die and cut the thanks word out in my Spellbinders Platinum die cutting machine, which I have sitting off to the side. I also used the same die to die cut foam adhesive layer for my die cuts. Whenever I can, I like to use fun foam and double-sided sticky sheets to die cut identical shapes out and use those shapes to foam mount my die cuts onto the card, especially word die cuts. Some people like to die cut them out of cardstock several times and glue the cardstock die cuts together. I prefer to use fun foam instead. There's also a product that's called 3D Foam Creative Sheets by Scrapbook Adhesives. This is a thinner fun foam with adhesive already added on both sides. So all you need to do is just die cut it and use it. I also love to use it, and I do use it often, but I rarely show it on video. And this is also very sticky. So once you adhere it down, it's not going to go anywhere. It will stay put even over heat embossing. I also stamped and heat embossed identical sub-sentiments for all of my cards, and the sub-sentiment reads, "And gratitude for all you do." So together with the thanks, it forms one meaningful sentiment. I cut it into a skinny strip and foam mounted onto the card under the large thanks. Finally, I wanted to add some additional texture and dimension to my cards, so I used Nuvo drops in various colors, and I just added lots of tiny dots onto my background following the pattern of the lace. For this card, I added dots in carnation pink. I also used white along with bubblegum blush for the other cards. I love using my Nuvo drops like this. They really help my backgrounds come to life. And what's awesome about the drops is that I can make them in any size I like. They can be as small or as large as I want them to be. So this finishes my video. Here is a closer look at all of these thank you cards that I made using the new Bohemian Lace background stamp from Simon Says Stamp. Be sure to visit my blog for a full list of supplies or check the YouTube video description. And join the blog hub for loads of additional inspiration featuring the new Sending Sunshine products from Simon. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, as always, guys, please leave them in the comments section below, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet done so. If you are a subscriber but are not receiving new video notifications, please check the bell icon on the homepage of my channel to get notified every time there's a new video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.